Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to yet another video. And in today's video I want to talk about this camera, and not this camera in specific, but film cameras in general and why they are better than digital. But before we start, I'm just gonna give you like a comparison of the different formats. So I have a 35mm negative strip, and this is one, and this is one tiny little negative. That's a full frame. And the next one is a medium format. So this is a medium format strip. A little comparison, 35mm compared to medium format. But that's not all, because I shot with 5x4. So yeah, this is 5x4 negative. This is a 5x4 negative. And just to compare it, that's a 35mm. This is like a full frame. So it's pretty big of a difference. And to compare it to medium format, it's a big difference. So those who complain about that the crop sensor isn't big enough and you should go to full frame, well, if you want big, go to 5x4. So the first reason I think film is better than digital is because it slows you down. Now I'm gonna explain why. With a digital camera, you have a memory card, and a memory card you could just, you have basically infinite amount of shots, because you can delete the one shot you just took and then replace it with another one. When you have a 36mm exposure, like for example like this one, you can't delete any pictures. Once you have captured one shot, you can't go back and delete it as you can with digital. Now you might say that this is a bad thing, but bear with me. When you shoot with film, every single shot you take counts. You can't go back in time and redo it, so you need to think ahead of time, and you need to know how you're gonna shoot it. Meaning you need to plan those shots even more, which is a good habit to get into. The bigger camera you go, the less shots you have. Now you can always argue, yeah, you could just take more rolls with negatives with it. Yes, you can, but that is expensive. And what is the point? No. Just plan the shots out, which means it slows you down, because you need to plan more, you need to consider every single shot, and that's why I like film. The second reason is the excitement. I really like to do film. Without doubt, that's why I'm making this video, because I think film is better than digital. But the excitement you get when you're shooting film. I mean, I've been shooting digital for like 10 years or something. And when you can see every single shot you have taken on the back of your screen, it's just, I mean, it's fun too, because you can see if you're overexposed, if you're underexposed, and then you can just delete those shots and you can move on and take some more shots, because you haven't lost any space. But with digital, you need to wait. You need to process the film, you need to develop it in a darkroom, and you need to wait. And I kind of like the waiting, it's kind of an excitement. But picture you are a 5-year-old at Christmas Eve. You can, this is the present. And once you unwrap it, that's the processed film. And you'll finally see if you actually managed to get a good result, like the Christmas gift you wanted, or if you didn't get that gift you wanted and the film turns out to be rubbish. Meaning you have to reshoot everything. Now, I kind of like that. I like the way everything is. It's just from putting in film to shooting to process it, to develop it, to physically have a print in your hand. That is a journey in itself, and that's an excitement I really love with film. And for you to really understand how that is, I think you need to really shoot film, because it's just something else. And this brings me over to the darkroom. I mean, sitting and editing in front of a computer is one thing, but physically going into a darkroom where the space is yours, the time is yours, it's just something else. When you put that paper down in developer, through the stop and through the fix, and when you after wash it and you finally have the final piece in your hand, that's something else. That's something magical, in my opinion. But when you stand there in the red light, looking into the developing bath, and you put the paper in and you just see your picture taking form, and you can see the contrast, you can see the subject you photographed. That is something else than plugging in your memory card into your memory card reader, putting up in Lightroom or Photoshop and just sitting there and editing. yes, it's something else, but the darkroom is your space. It's making you slow down, build up another kind of relationship with your film and photography and your final piece than you do with digital. As I said earlier, you put a film in a camera, you shoot the film, you process the film, then you develop the film, and then in those 5 steps, you have a final masterpiece in your hand physically. And I kind of think like, yes, you can put your memory card in a digital and press the shutter button and then put it into your computer and print it out on your printer, but it's not the same. It's a relationship you get with your piece of paper, with your piece of picture, with your piece of camera. It's just something else, and that's kind of something I like. Number 4, it's cheap. I mean, yeah, I said film and all that stuff is expensive, but it actually is cheap. For the same price of a brand new digital camera with lenses, you can have 3 to 4 film cameras and 5-6 lenses. It's just, if you know where to look, you can find gold pieces of camera equipment. The last reason I like film is that you get a physical paper in the end result, because you probably would process your film and develop it and then put it through the darkroom and then hold a physical paper, and that's something you can just go straight onto the wall and you can frame it. And well, yeah, you can do that with digital too, but you haven't been through that process. You haven't been through that relationship you get with that film camera, and I think that is a good enough reason to get film. I mean, don't get me wrong, digital is good. Having a screen, having those lenses, having like ISO capabilities that film doesn't have, because when you buy film you have one kind of type of ISO, 200, 400, 1600 and so on. You need to buy specific kind of films for that. With the digital you can just change the ISO, you can change the aperture and also and so on. So yeah, digital has its place, but for me, I mean, I want both, because I love film. I love the relationship you build with film. I love that it slows you down, and I really love the whole process, the whole journey with film compared to digital. So I'm still going to use my digital cameras because they have its place, but film does still have its place these days. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're into that, and I will see you guys in my next video. Goodbye. I pushed the camera. Oh dear. Bye.